Morning students, last class we learned that there was a drawing competition held and two students were talking about the result. What was that? Who are they? They are one is Maddie and another one is Peggy. The teacher announced that who won the first prize? The girl whom these two students used to tease her, isn't it? And they started discussing about the designs. Now we are going to continue with the second part of the lesson, the 100 dresses. While the class was circling the room, the monitor from the principal's office brought Miss Mason a note. Miss Mason read it several times and studied it thoughtfully for a while. Then she clapped her hands. Now the class was circling the room. What was the class doing? Class were moving around and seeing the designs. So the monitor is the representative from the principal's office brought Miss Mason a note. Who is Miss Mason? Miss Mason is the class teacher. Miss Mason read it several times and studied it thoughtfully for a while. She just go through the note and then she was thinking a little while. Then she clapped her hands. She wanted the attention of the rest of the students. Attention class, everyone back to their seat. What did the teacher give the order? She asked the class to come back to their place. When the shuffling of feet had stopped and the room was still and quiet, Miss Mason said, I have a letter from Vanda's father that I want to read to you. She said that you please come back and sit. They all settled down back to their places and she said that she received a letter from Vanda. Do you remember the Vanda? Vanda won the drawing competition. Miss Mason stood there a moment and the silence in the room grew tense and expectant. Tense and expectant means serious and hopeful. The students were quiet when the teacher said that Vanda's father's letter she is going to read. The students become very serious and they were very eager to know about Vanda. The teacher adjusted her glasses slowly and deliberately. And slowly and deliberately. Deliberately means knowingly, and her manner indicated means showed that was what was coming. This letter from Vanda's father was a matter of great importance. Everybody listened closely as Miss Mason read the brief note. Listened closely means listened with attention. The students were not making noise. They were very quiet and silent and they wanted to know that what is written in that letter. Now let us read the brief note. Dear teacher, my Vanda will not come to your school anymore. Jake also. Now move away to a big city. No more holler Polak. No more ask why funny name. Plenty of funny names in the big city. There is a small letter. What was written? They are shifting to a new place. That's a big city. And who is also moving along with Vanda? Her brother Jake. And what else he is mentioned? No more holler. Holler means crying. Polak. Polak means meaningless word suggesting anger. Who was very angry? The Vanda's father. And no more ask why funny name. He is indirectly indicating that people were teasing whom Vanda's name. That's why. And plenty of funny names in the big city. So we are shifting to a big city. There a lot of funny names are there. There my daughter doesn't have to cry. That's a summary of the letter. Yours truly, Jan Petronsky. That is the father's name. A deep silence met the reading of this letter. Miss Mason took off her glasses. Who removed the glasses? Specs? The teacher. And blew on them and wiped them on her soft white handkerchief. Then she put them on again and looked at the class. When she spoke, her voice was very slow. When she again addressed, she just removed the specs and she cleaned it and then she started wearing and speaking to the children. But her voice was very low. I am sure that none of the boys and girls in the room 13 would purposely and deliberately hurt anyone's feelings because his or her name happened to be a long unfamiliar one. See her expectation. Whose expectation? The teacher's expectation is that class, that is the room number 13 students, they were never tease the students for what? For their funny name. I prefer, I like to think that what was said in thoughtlessness. She wanted to say that Vanda's father written all these things in the letter just for the thoughtlessness. I know that all of you feel the way I do, that this is a very unfortunate thing to have happened. ഇത് സംഭവിച്ചത് വളരെ മോശമായി പോയി. Unfortunate and sad. This is very sad also. Both unfortunate and sad, both. And I want you all to think about it. Now, don't repeat the same thing. That's what who wanted to say. Miss Mason wanted to tell the students. The first period was a study period. The first period was over. Maddie tried to prepare her lessons, but she could not put her mind on her work. Maddie is feeling guilty, so she was concentration is lacking. She had a very sick feeling in the bottom of her stomach. True, she had not enjoyed listening to Peggy ask Vanda how many dresses she had in her closet, but she had said nothing. She had stood by silently. That was just as bad as what Peggy had done. Worse. Who started analyzing the things? Maddie started analyzing the things. She is saying that she never teased whom? Vanda. Only Peggy used to ask her how many dresses she had in her cupboard and all. She was a coward. Very, what coward is? Bhiru. That is not afraid person, isn't it? At least Peggy had not considered they were being mean, but Maddie had thought they were doing wrong. She could put herself in Vanda's shoes. Actually, Maddie is thinking that Peggy never considered her way of teasing whom Vanda is wrong. But who started imagining in the same shoes situation? Maddie herself, because Maddie is also poor, like whom? Like Vanda. So she started placing herself in the place of Vanda, and she thinks that if Peggy starts teasing her, what will be her feelings? So who could understand the condition of Vanda? The Maddie could understand the condition of Vanda. Goodness, wasn't there anything she could do? She started analyzing again. Why didn't I stop whom? Peggy. If only she could tell Vanda she hadn't meant to hurt her feelings. She turned around and stole a glance at Peggy. Say, stole a glance means looked secretly. If only she could tell Vanda she hadn't meant to hurt her feelings. She turned around and stole a look at her, Peggy. She was again started thinking Maddie could have informed Vanda that she doesn't want to hurt whom? Vanda. But she secretly looked at whom? Peggy also. But Peggy did not look up. Peggy was not bothered about these feelings, these things of whom? Maddie. She seemed to be studying hard. Peggy was preparing for the next class. Well, whether Peggy felt badly or not, Maddie had to do something. She had to find Vanda Petronsky. Maybe she had not yet moved away. Maddie decided that she will visit whom? She will visit Vanda. She may not have moved to the new city. Maybe Peggy would climb the heights with her. She wanted to ask Peggy also whether she is ready to join her to meet whom? Vanda. And they would tell Vanda she had won the contest, that they thought she was smart and the 100 dresses were beautiful. What she wanted to inform Vanda, she won the drawing competition and her all designs are wonderful. Who wanted to convey to Vanda? Maddie wanted to convey to Vanda. When school was dismissed in the afternoon, Peggy said with pretended casualness. Casualness means being carelessness. Hey, let us go and see that if that kid has left town or not. So same thought came to whose mind also? Peggy's mind also. So when the school was over, Peggy asked whom? Asked Maddie whether she is ready to go and meet whom? Meet Vanda. So Peggy had the same idea. Maddie glowed. Glowed means got hopeful. Peg was really alright. So she is again taking the side of whom? Peggy, saying that she is very good. The two girls hurried out of the building up the street towards Boggin Heights. Where was Vanda staying? Boggin Heights. The part of town that owed such a forbidding air on this kind of a November afternoon, drizzly, damp and dismal. Damp and dismal means wet and sad, expressing a state of what? Hopelessness. Forbidding air means bad air. And well, at least, said Peggy gruffly. Gruffly means very roughly. I never did call her a foreigner or make fun of her name. So she is saying that I never called her a foreigner. Called whom a foreigner? Wanda a foreigner. And she never made fun of her what name? I never thought she had the sense to know we were making fun of her anyway. I thought she was too dumb. And gee, look how she can draw. Anyway, I thought that she's a dumb fellow. But just observe her designs. That is wonderful. Maddie could say nothing. All she hoped was that they would find Wanda. Maddie did not say anything. The only thing she wanted to find whom? Wanda. She wanted to tell her that they were sorry they had picked on her and how wonderful the whole school thought she was, and please not to move away and everybody would be nice. She and Peggy would fight anybody who was not nice. Now she wanted to meet whom? She wanted to meet Wanda, and she wanted to tell her that nobody is going to tease her. People are started liking her, and who will if anybody is not anyone is not behaving properly with Wanda, who will sort that out also? Peggy and Maddie will sort them out also. So Wanda should not leave the city. This is what who wanted to tell Wanda? Maddie wanted to tell Wanda. The two girls hurried on. They rushed. They hoped to get the top of the hill before dark, because it is going to be dark. They wanted to reach the top of the hill very fast. I think that is where the Petronsky live, said Maddie, pointing to a little white house, wisp of old grass stuck up here and there along the pathway like thin kittens. So they just reached there, and who pointed out the Maddie pointed out the house, and she said that see, this is the place where they are staying, and little grasses are here and there. The house and its spares little yard look shabby but clean. They are little rough, but it is very neat and clean. It reminded Maddie of Wanda's one dress, her faded blue cotton dress, shabby but clean. Now, when she had seen the surrounding of whose house? Wanda's house. It is not so beautiful. It is a little rough, but it is very neat and clean. So she started comparing the surrounding of Wanda's house and her dress. Her dress is faded, but it was very clean. This is very important, this paragraph. There was not a sign of life about the house. Peggy knocked firmly on the door. There was nobody. There is no movements or no sound from the house. So Peggy knocked the door, but there was no answer. She and Maddie went around to the backyard and knocked there. Even they went to the back side of the house. Nobody was there. Still there was no answer. On the back side of the door also, they knocked. Nobody responded. There was no doubt about it. If Petronskys were gone, how could they ever make amends? Make amends means to show that one is sorry by doing something good. So they cannot correct their mistake. They started thinking that if Wanda's parents and Wanda and brother had left the place, it is difficult for them to make the correction, repair the mistakes they committed. They turned slowly and made their way back down the hill. Now they are coming from the whose house? Wanda's house. Well, anyway, said Peggy, she has gone now. So what can we do? Besides, Peggy said, now there is no way. She already left the place. Besides, when I was asking her about all her dresses, she probably was getting good ideas for drawings. Now she started thinking positively. Who started thinking positively? Peggy. Peggy is saying that when she asked her about her dresses, who got an idea to draw the dresses? Wanda got the idea to draw the dresses. She might not even have won the contest. Otherwise, she is saying that it is because of Peggy. Who won the prize in competition? Wanda won the prize. Maddie turned this idea carefully over in her head, for if there were anything in it, she would not have to feel so badly. But that night she could not get to sleep. Maddie went home. She was thinking about Peggy's thought, but she was not getting good sleep. She thought about Wanda and her faded blue dress and the little house she had lived. And she thought of the glowing picture those 100 dresses made, all lined up in the classroom. Who started thinking about the designs made by Wanda? Maddie started thinking about the designs made by Wanda. At last, Maddie sat up in bed and pressed her forehead tight in her hands and really thought. She was not getting sleep. She was feeling more guilty because she also joined with Peggy and teased whom? Wanda. This was the hardest thinking she had ever done. After a long time, she reached an important conclusion. After thinking, she came to a conclusion. Just see what was the conclusion she made. She was never going to stand by and say nothing again. She decided that now onwards she will not tease anyone, or she will not support Peggy while if she is also teasing anyone. If she ever heard anybody picking on someone, because they were picking on someone means treating someone unkindly, unfairly, or criticizing them. If she ever heard anybody picking on someone because they were funny looking or because they were strange names, she would speak up. She decided that if anybody is teasing a child because of their bad appearance or because of their bad dress or because of their strange names, who is not ready to support the child who is teasing, Maddie will not. She will be saving the child. Even if it meant losing Peggy's friendship. Even she is ready to lose whose friendship also? Peggy's friendship also. She had no way of making things right with Wanda because now Wanda is already migrated to another city. So she is not getting a chance to say sorry to Wanda. But from now on, she would never make anybody else that unhappy again. She had taken a decision that she will not make anyone unhappy. On Saturday, Maddie spent the afternoon with Peggy. Saturday, Maddie spent a day with whom? That day with Peggy. They were writing a letter to Wanda Petonsky. They decided to write a letter to Wanda. Actually, their intention was to asking sorry from whom? From Wanda. But it was just a friendly letter. They began with what? A friendly manner, telling about the contest and telling Wanda she had won. They told her how pretty her drawings were. These are the content of letter. She about her winning prize and beautiful design she prepared, everything they had written in the letter. And they asked her if she liked where she was living. And another thing they asked generally, you migrated to a new place, how is that new place and how is the new teacher, all these things they had written in the letter. They asked her if she liked where she was living and if she liked her new teacher. They had meant to say they were sorry. Actually, their intention, intention of asking sorry, but they forgot. They end up the letter in a very friendly manner. But it ended up with their just writing a friendly letter, the kind they would have written to any good friend. And they signed it with lots of X for love. And they mailed the letter to Boggin Heights, writing please forward on the envelope. Actually, the girl had already shifted to a new place. They did not know her new address. So they had written the letter on her old address, and on the top of the cover they had written forward to this girl. Forward, please forward this letter, because people, if they are shifting to a new place, they generally give their new address to the post office, isn't it? That's why they had made the request. As days passed, after a few days, there was no answer. They were actually expecting a reply from whom? Reply from Wanda, but the letter did not come back, and even the letter did not come back. So maybe Wanda had received it. Perhaps she was so hurt and angry, she was not going to answer. You could not blame her. They came to the conclusion that they cannot blame Wanda for not writing a reply, because she must be very angry with whom? With Peggy and Maddie. Weeks went by, still Wanda did not answer. Peggy had begun to forget the whole business, and Maddie put herself to sleep at night making speeches about Wanda. But Peggy forgot about all the incident. But who did not forget? Maddie did not forget. Even during the night also, He used to make speeches to whom? To Vanda. Defending her. What are the type of dreams she used to see? Just say defending her from great crowds of girls who are trying to tease her with. How many dresses have you got? And before Vanda could press her lips together in a tight line, the way she did before answering, Maddie would cry out, stop. What type of dreams? The people used to make fun of her by asking her how many dresses Vanda had. Isn't it earlier? The same thing she used to recollect. She used to see in her dream. And in her mind, subconscious mind, this Maddie had the guilty feeling also. So in the dream itself, she used to save whom? Save Vanda. Sorry. Then everybody would feel ashamed the way she used to feel. Now it was Christmas time and there was snow on the ground. Now the days passed and months passed. The Christmas days came. The Christmas smell is there in the air. On the last day of the school before the holidays, the teacher showed the class a letter she had received that morning. So before the Christmas, they had a class and the teacher said that she received a letter from Vanda. So what is the question the teacher asked this class? Just see. Do you remember Vanda Petronsky? The gifted little artist who won the drawing contest. That's what the teacher asked. She is the one who won the drawing competition. Well, she has written me and I am glad to know where she lives. Now the teacher is very happy because she knew the new address of Vanda, because she can send the trophy and she can write a letter to Vanda too. Because now I can send her medal. I want to read her letter to you. The class sat up with a sudden interest and listened intently. Intently means with great attention. Excuse me. Dear Miss Masson, how are you? And room 13. What's the first question the girl had written? How are you, teacher? How are they? My friends. The room 13 is what? The class. Please tell the girls they can keep those 100 dresses, because in my new house I have 100 new ones. I would like that girl Peggy to have the drawing of the green dress. So Vanda is offering the green colored dress to whom? To Peggy, and the blue colored dress to whom? To Maddie. For Christmas I miss that school and my new teacher does not equalize with you. Merry Christmas to you and everybody. She is very more attached to this teacher, not to the new teacher. That's what she had written, and she greeted everyone for the Christmas. On the way home from school, Maddie and Peggy held their drawings very carefully. The teacher had handed them their drawings, like as who said? As Vanda said. They were holding it very preciously and very carefully. All the houses had wreaths and holly in the windows. Wreaths is here garlands, and the holly is a plant. Outside the grocery store, hundreds of Christmas trees were stacked. In the grocery store also, a lot of Christmas trees were kept, and in the window, candy, peppermint sticks. What is sweets? These are the sticks. What sweets? And cornucopias. Cornucopias is a decorative container, usually full of flowers and fruits, or of shiny transparent paper were strung. Strung means hung. The air smelled like Christmas, and the light shining everywhere reflected different colors on the snow. Everywhere the lighting arrangements were made, and the shops were filled with a lot of sweets and Christmas trees. Everything is there. And boy, said Peggy, this shows she really likes us. It shows she got our letter. And this is her way of saying that everything is all right. And that is that. She's saying, boy, said Peggy, this shows she really likes us. So she just wanted the attention of Maddie, and she's saying that Vanda likes us, and that's why she's offering us this drawing. And see, she must have received the letter written by us also. I hope so, said Maddie sadly. Maddie is still feeling very guilty. She felt sad because she knew she would never see the little tight-lipped Polish girl again, and could not ever really make things right between them. She is feeling sorry because she cannot talk to whom? Vanda, and she cannot express her sadness towards her. That's why. And she went home and she pinned her drawing over a torn place in the pink flowered wallpaper in the bedroom. I already told you Maddie's parents are also not so rich, so that's why you must have seen she had pinned up the drawing given by Banda on the wall, where the wall is already torn. Still she pinned up there. And the shabby room, the room was not so brightened, but because of the drawing, the room will become very colorful. The shabby room came alive from the brilliancy of the colors. Maddie sat down on her bed and looked at the drawing. After pinning up the drawing on the wall, she just lied down on the bed and she was just looking at the drawing. She had stood by and said nothing, but Vanda had been nice to her anyway. She was feeling so sad for her, isn't it? And tears blurred her eyes, and she gazed for a long time at the picture. Her eyes were filled with what? Tears, and she was staring at the picture for a long time. Then hastily, very fastly, she rubbed her eyes, she cleaned her eyes and studied it intently. She just go near the wall picture and looked at intently. The colors in the dress were so vivid that she had scarcely noticed the face and head of the drawing. Lot of bright colors were used, isn't it? So she was just, she did not pay attention to the face of the drawing, but it looked like her. Suddenly she realized that the face of the drawing resembles Maddie. It really looked like her own mouth. Why it really looked like her own self? Vanda had really drawn this for her. Excitedly, she ran over to Peggy. She just wanted to convey this message to Peggy, isn't it? Saying what she wanted to tell, the drawing given by Vanda to Maddie resembles whom? Resembles Maddie herself. Peg, she said, let me see your picture. So when she reached Peggy's house, she just wanted to see whose picture? Peggy's picture. What's the matter? Asked Peggy as they clattered means walked, up to her room, where Vanda's drawing was lying face down on the bed. The drawing was just to put it on the bed of Peggy. She just wanted to see the face of the picture. Maddie carefully raised it. Look, she drew you. That is you, she exclaimed. And the head and the face of this picture did look like Peggy. The picture given to Peggy resembles whom? Peggy. What did I say? Said Peggy. She must have really liked us anyway. What is the conclusion actually who is making? Peggy is saying that the drawing she made just like them because she liked these two girls. Yes, she must have, agreed Maddie. And she blinked away the tears. She did not want to show that her eyes were filled with tears. For whom? For Vanda. That came every time, and she thought of Vanda standing alone in that sunny spot in the schoolyard. She was remembering how Vanda used to stand in the sunny yard, that is outside the school, looking stolidly. Stolidly means not showing any feeling, how she used to stand there over at the group of laughing girls. The girls used to make fun of her, and who used to stand in the yard? The Vanda used to be surrounded by the girls who used to tease her. And she had walked off after she had said what was the question they generally ask Vanda? They used to ask the question, how many dresses do you have, Vanda? What's the answer Vanda used to reply? Sure, 100 of them all lined up. What type of answer Vanda used to give? She had 100 dresses. All of them are lined up in her cupboard. So who was recollecting all these things? Maddie was recollecting all these things. I hope you understood. Please go through the lesson. If you have any doubts, you can contact me. Thank you.